Yeah, here's what we got. You can run anything you want. Everybody's got to touch it. You got to shoot a three. If the three goes in, your team gets 3 points. Let's say in this situation, there's a minute left in the game and we're up by 7, or we're up by 9. And we get the ball side out of bounds with 3 on the shot clock. I might tell you to take a 5. All right, we may just take a 5-second violation. What we don't want to do is jack up a shot and give them a live ball turnover, basically a live ball going down the other end.
And we are pleased to be joined by, I can say it now, NBA championship head coach, Mark Daigneault. Incredible what you guys did, and I guess that's where I want to start. Like, you know, this is obviously the first year you're going to go into a season with that feeling. How has your offseason been different? What feels different to you?
Every year is different. You have different circumstances around the team, and we've had changing circumstances every season, and we try to have the same principles and then just apply those principles to what's coming at us. And our team's done an unbelievable job of adapting to that, understanding what our challenges are. This year is obviously going to be no different. You know, we have a tall task ahead of us, and so we got to get back to work. But you know, we enjoyed it, and the guys deserved it, and certainly gave that the time that it deserved as well.
If you're the flash guy, right? If the guard's going to take you, you can step out and catch and play weak side overload. The other thing you can do is come up and screen if you don't get an initial one there.
You look at your arc here as a coach, 6th year, right, starting.
Yep.
22 wins to 68 in a championship, right? Every year you raise the bar, and obviously culminated with what just happened. How do you continue to raise the bar? What's the challenge? How is your challenge delivered, the message to your group?
I mean, really not thinking about it like that, and just trying to dull it down to what we have right in front of us, you know, in this moment. You know, I think the minute you zoom out and you start to think too big picture, it's almost a distraction. The most important thing for us right now is getting ready for training camp, because that's the next thing we have. We don't have a game. We can't win a game until October 21st at the earliest. So we've got to get ourselves very present in where we are on the calendar, and where we are right now is preparation and then camp, and then, you know, take it a step at a time, do your best and improve through that process, and then see where that takes you. And that's what has yielded the results that we've gotten, and so we're not going to deviate from that.
You guys, I didn't cut the check, you didn't cut the check, but somebody did. It's a lot of money you invested in your top guys this summer. It was a key, obviously, it's over $800 million guaranteed money to those top 3 guys, because it was that important, I think, to the organization to keep those guys together.
Yep.
Just talk about their growth, like the 3 of them, and how they have, you know, formed their relationships and how they've grown as leaders going forward.
Yeah, I mean, I'm incredibly happy for those guys, as well as like Jay Will and all the other guys in previous years that have gotten second contracts here, you know, that have been compensated for what they've contributed. And Shea, Jalen, and Chet are obviously the latest example of that. AJ Mitchell was another guy that got a contract over the summer. And, you know, we're just trying to, you know, do everything we can to create an environment where we can be the best team we can be. And the number one factor that goes into that are the players that you have. And the players that have the highest status, make the most money, play the most minutes, get the ball the most, they tend to have the most influence over that environment. And we're incredibly lucky that we have those 3 guys whose priorities are aligned with our organization. And we've got a tremendous group of role players and guys that don't necessarily make $800 million, but that carry that as well, and it creates internal momentum, which is what you need, you know, in a very competitive and challenging NBA.
You're such a calm, cool, and collected guy, man. You always look that way during the games.
I'm scared to death.
Was there a moment, though, when this all sort of sunk in, like this journey you've been on, man, and what it culminated with?
Yeah, taking the guys out of the game in Game 7 was pretty cool. You know, the first realization, it's a very pure moment. The time on the court right after you win is very, very cool. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience for all of us, and certainly something that a lot of people worked very hard for. And so that was very cool, something that we can take with us forever. You know, we won the 2025 championship. No one can ever take that from us, but that is also an endpoint, you know, and we've got to get ourselves into, like I said, the next moment, the next challenge.